Oh man, welcome back to No Excuses, man. Cat,
Yo,
what it do, man?
not too much, man.
Welcome back to. Matter of fact, this ain't even no excuse. This fourth quarter today, man. This strictly Bama today, man.
Yeah,
So you know what? I don't even want to waste no time, man. I want to get straight to it, man. Unless you know what I'm saying, live under a rock or just don't watch college football, that ain't your particular thing that you do. Cause I'm pretty sure if you watch this, you watch college football. So man, the Alabama Crimson Tide defeated the Georgia Bulldogs Saturday night by a final score of 41-34.
yeah,
That was Kalen DeBoer's first SEC game since he been the head coach at Alabama.
yeah,
He took on he beat, you know what I'm saying, Kirby Smart, Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia, you know what I'm saying, which is everybody proclaimed as of here recently the team of the decade, the new Bama, if you will. So yeah, before I, go on a tangent or anything, but give me some thoughts on the game, man. Give me your thoughts on what you saw Saturday night.
man. I seen a team that was hungry, that came out firing on all cylinders. I seen the team that was prepared. I seen the team that was fearless. I seen the team that felt disrespected, felt like people just trying to put a early grave on them and just dismiss them. Like I was impressed by everything I seen, man. Like Bama, that's the best first half I seen Bama play probably maybe damn near ever. Like that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? For them to come out like that, you know what I'm saying? For people to just write them off just because Nick Saban was gone, which me and you was trying to tell people that just because Saban was gone, they still was gonna be Bama because the foundation is already set there. So, and Kalen DeBoer is not a pushover. Like I don't know why people thought that Kalen DeBoer is 104-12 as a coach, as a head coach in college football. I don't care what level he coached at and what team he coached at. For you to win 104 games and only lose 12, fam, you can coach. For you to take Washington to a national championship, fam, you can coach. Like I knew we was in good hands, man. It just needed to be seen. I just believe people just need to see it. And I think they got the answer now. Like, yeah, Bama not going nowhere. They still gonna be Bama. They still gonna compete, you know what I'm saying, and be a championship contender, which I already knew. Um, but yeah, man, I just like how they came out firing, man. And even when, and then this it tends to happen when you go up with a big lead and you get complacent. You know, you feel like you not already won, the damage already done. So we can't like this ain't never happened before. You've seen this happen before. You've seen this plenty of times happen to teams. You know what I'm saying? But you knew a team like Georgia was gonna fire back because they're that good. Like Kirby got them, you know, he got them at a mindset where a ball game is still it still got to be played. I mean, it still got to no matter how it look, how it start off. It's about how it ends. Like you still got to play until the final whistle. So I knew Georgia was gonna come back firing, and you know what I'm saying they weren't just gonna get slapped and not do nothing about it. Like I figured they was gonna they was gonna ramp up a little bit, but it was a great game, man. One of the best regular season games I've seen in a long time. Um, but with Bama, man, I'm just glad that now we can just put it to rest that they gonna fall off and all this other stuff that y'all was saying about them. Y'all can kind of dead that now. Y'all was talking about the recruiting was gonna fall off. It was gonna take a hit. He wasn't gonna be able to recruit, the players that Saban recruited and stuff like that. I'm just glad all of this stuff is out of the window now. Now that you see that Kalen DeBoer, is running the show and it's alive and well, and you actually get to see it instead of just thinking what if. Because when the season was when it was in the off season, everybody had questions. I think Alabama answered all the questions that people wanted to, wanted answers to. They answered all the questions that that they wanted to ask and stuff like that. I think Bama still. Like I say, they can still improve in some stuff, but I don't think it's nothing major. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, Carson Beck later on in the game, he started throwing it and kind of picking on our secondary, but I think our secondary played very well, better than what most people would have thought they would have played. And let's be honest, Carson Beck in Georgia, they was in desperation modes, so they start heaving the ball up 50-50 balls. You know what I'm saying? It was balls away in the second half because they turned you into a one-dimensional team. That's not winning football. If your quarterback is 27 or 50, you probably didn't win that game, man. You feel me? You in desperation mode. You just throwing up praying. You throwing up prayers hoping that your player come down with it because you're playing catch up ball the whole game. It's hard to win like that. You know that. You know what I'm saying? You know it's hard to play like that. Catch up ball the whole game when you start off in that hole that you started off with. But man, Bama, hey, for the question that need to be answered, I think to answer the question, man. But hey, to you people that was talking real crazy, real greasy, you looking real stupid right now. The people that was hating and the analysts, I remember all of it now. I remember it now. Hey, it was in my back pocket. We tried to tell you niggas what was gonna happen. Like, come on now. Like, it's still here. It's alive in effect, baby. Nick gone, hey, the show go on, man. The show go on. The foundation set. We just pulled another good coach in to just keep on building on to the foundation. Foundation built, baby. You can decorate different shit in it, but hey, the foundation built, man. The home built, baby. I think we answered all the questions. and we still own Georgia.
ladies and gentlemen, fat.
Oh
I,
shit.
I'm gonna say this, man. First, first off, I'm not being funny. First
No.
off, I would like to, and it's actually like I'm gonna say something that I normally, literally, would figuratively be able to do, but I ain't wearing no damn hat today for something. I just got a fresh cut, man. Shout out KP, man. Shout out KP for sure. But
KP got you straight.
normally, I would, I have a hat on because what I'm about to do is say I tip my cap to the Georgia Bulldogs for making the ball game out of what looked like it was finna be a massacre. So I tip my
Yeah.
cap to Georgia for that.
Yeah.
I think that really speaks to the culture that Kirby Smart has built and the fact that his team didn't give up. They was down 28. They could have mailed it in, man. You got the 12-team playoff now, so regular season loss, it don't hurt you as much. But I do
Nah.
appreciate and respect the fact that that Kirby Smart had his team get up off the mat and start throwing punches back. I appreciate that. I ain't even been funny.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Because real talk, we was all hyped up to watch this game, fat. It was 28-0 in the second quarter. Truth be told, I ain't gonna lie to you now. I'm a Bama fan, so I was enjoying every bit of it. But the football fan in me a little bit was like, we kind of got hyped for nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm no saying now. Granted, well, I get to that part of it later. But I do give Kirby credit for getting his team up off the mat, keeping them engaged in that ball game, and that's something positive that I will say about Georgia in this. Now, on the ballot, I've heard people give different thoughts on it because for me, Georgia's comeback, and I believe people take this as a knock or a slight when it's not supposed to be there. I believe in sports. In fact, you know this for a fact. I believe in sports. In order for there to be a big comeback, everybody always focuses on the winner and the comeback. Nobody ever
Yeah.
focuses on the loser and the collapse.
Yeah.
In order for you to come back, there has to be a massive collapse. Example.
Yeah.
When the Patriots came from down 28-3 to beat the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Everybody talks about how Brady came back and got them and this, that. I understand all that. That is legendary stuff that Brady did. Nobody ever talks about the fact that the Falcons straight up choked that game away, man.
Yeah.
Right? So I
Yeah.
say that to say this right here. I feel like a lot of why that game got as interesting as it did, and I understand how it looked, and the theatrics and the excitement and the deep balls. I understand all that. I understand it because I'm a fan of it, and I enjoy it every second of it. I enjoy a game to get you on the edge of your seat like that. Let's call it what it is. Alabama came out and punched Georgia in the mouth.
Yeah, they did.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
Georgia looked off balance for majority of the night, offensively and defensively. What do you mean by
Yeah.
that? I've been a Bama fan for a while and watched a lot of these games. We're under a new regime with Kalen DeBoer, but I watched a lot of teams under Nick. Alabama has never really been the team that come out and march down the field and score the first drive.
Yeah.
I don't know the stats. If the stats back me up on that, but it feel like watching it. We always have said Bama second half team. They always start off slow.
Yeah.
Right? Bama came out the gate. I'm gonna tell you when I knew Georgia. This is when I knew Georgia was in for a long night. This is what I knew. The first drive, Bama drove it right down the field and scored. They had 3 penalties on that drive.
Yeah.
3 penalties did not stop anything.
Nope.
Jalen Milroe looked like he was out there playing against high school kids, man. He looked like he was just way bigger, stronger, faster, wanted it more. So I say that to say I'm not taking away from it because real talk, when you go back and you look at it and the way that it ended and the way that it went down, that's an instant classic. That'll probably be the game of the year.
Yeah.
Regular season, it's gonna be hard to top that.
Yeah.
I can't say it can't be top. We got Bama go to Tennessee. You got Georgia go to Texas, Ohio State. We got big games coming up. That's gonna be at towards the end of the year. We're gonna look back and go, yeah, that might have been the game of the year, right?
Yeah.
So I understand the optics of it. I don't want to get lost in all that is Alabama dominated the majority of this ball game.
They did.
Alabama dominated the vast majority of this ball game. What Georgia did, I will say this: Georgia had a hot fourth quarter.
Yeah.
They had a hot fourth quarter. I give them that, but I don't want people to get lost in that final score and the way that Georgia fought back in the game and try to make it like that wasn't a nip and tuck ball game. That wasn't a. And truth be told, man, I think I would feel differently about it if the way that it ended, if when Georgia took that lead, if Bama had to drive down the field, kick a late field goal or score with like 30 seconds left or something, okay, maybe I feel differently. Georgia had the lead for like 13 seconds.
Yeah.
So, I trust me, I'm not trying to downplay Georgia comeback or take no credit from them. What I'm saying is I think it's getting a little bit overstated, in my opinion.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's a little overstated because we leaving out the fact Alabama punched them dead in the mouth off the rip. It's like this here, man, for Georgia. I believe in the football gods. I do, right? You don't get to go on the road, play a team as good and talented as Alabama, turn the football over 4 times, and win the ball game. It's not gonna happen. I don't care how close you make it look. And real talk, what's really baffled me since the game, and it ain't really more. It's been obviously you got your Georgia fans on social media and stuff, but I've seen way more people giving Georgia credit for coming back and almost pulling it off than Alabama for having the composure and the poise to okay. We milled down the stretch. We was up 28. Georgia come back and get the lead. Okay, now what we do? Bama went right back down the field and took the lead in one play.
Yeah.
So to have the poise in the second half, Alabama offensively became inept. They weren't doing much. It was time to do something. Hollywood Williams, man. And I feel like I've said this on every episode, and quite frankly, just is what it is at this point. Because I think the rest of the college football world, they know now. That game had 12 million viewers. It's the most viewed game thus far through this young season. I think the rest of the world know who Hollywood Williams is now, and they know for a fact he's 17 years old. The broadcast, they make sure they let that be known. I think what's being lost in all of this is, man, Jalen Milroe was by far the best player on the field.
Yeah.
By far.
Yeah.
The second best player on the field was Ryan Williams.
Yeah.
So man, for me, I look here, man. I tip my credit. I tip my cap to Kirby and give him credit for getting his team back in it. But we're not finna see y'all. Y'all can't convince me that that ball game was as classic as we make it a lot to be. Only because I'm not a box score watcher. I watched the game. Alabama dominated the vast majority of that ball game. Now
Yeah,
I want to speak to things that took place within the game. Georgia got back in the game because they started going for it on every fourth down, basically
yeah,
starting midway through the second quarter. Defensively, I thought Alabama played well. They threw a lot of Carson Beck threw a lot of underthrown deep balls, and Georgia receivers came back and made plays on some of them. Then you had a couple pass interference calls. Did this for the crowd to think, oh, if they have a rematch, Georgia got the advantage. No, they don't. I'm sorry. I don't understand where y'all draw that conclusion from. That's my personal opinion, but you can praise Carson Beck for getting his team back in it. That's fine. Georgia fan would do that at school. I have no problem with that. I have my thoughts on Carson Beck. I shared him last year. I will share him yet again. I think he's a decent quarterback. All that first round, first pick. I know I
nah,
saw all that. But
yeah,
make no mistake about it. When you trail 28-0, I'm gonna tell you one thing that make your quarterback look worse than trailing 28-0. When the other quarterback going smooth off.
yeah,
You can't be a top 5 pick or a consensus first round pick, period, going against a quarterback that's pretty much been doubted. I think he shut all the doubt. The doubt has got to be shut up by now.
yeah.
But
It's gone now. Yeah,
whenever you're going against a guy that people still have their uncertainties about, and you're supposed to be a first round pick, you can't put me in the whole 28-0. Then you bring me back, and I'm supposed to praise you. But at the end of the game, you threw the game in an interception. Carson Beck
yeah,
lost Georgia that ball game.
yeah,
I don't care about the box score, the 400 yard. I watched the game, man. Georgia lost that football game for 2 reasons. For starters, for 3 reasons. Nobody wants to come out and say it. I say it. Caleb DeBoer out Coach Kirby. That's one.
yeah. Definitely.
For two, Alabama had by far the better quarterback. That's
Yeah,
two. And Georgia had no answer for the 17-year-old. They didn't have an answer for it. They did. They did not.
yeah,
They did not
yeah,
all game long. And truth be told, I think if they meet up again down the road via SEC championship, playoff game, whatever, unless something gonna change, you still got to tackle Jalen Miro and you got to cover around with him.
yeah.
I don't think that's more of a personnel thing to me. That they good.
I'm gonna tell you something, Q. People don't want to admit it, and people scared to say it, bro. Jalen Miro has finally figured it out, bro. He's
Yes,
finally figured it out. Like he's not a quarterback that's just raw. It's just raw talent no more. He's polished now. Like it's structure in what he do now. It ain't just him just being a ultra athlete and just
facts.
athlete near everybody. Like he able to sit in the pocket and process a defense and able to make plays like throwing the ball now. Like that, I think that's what the college football world didn't want. That's scary for every team because he already got the other stuff. The deep ball is already there. He already athletic. He's probably the most athletic player that's gonna step on the field on any given Saturday. All he was missing was the intermediate stuff that they was talking about, and now he's figuring that out. So now, as a defense, I don't see how you can defend that for 4 quarters. How do you defend it? You know what I'm saying? With the spies, okay, you can spy, but he see the middle of the field. You know how to get out of that now. He showed that against Georgia. Like it's just I don't know how you're gonna be able to stop it because you had an advantage with him because he wasn't reading the field like that. Now he's able to read the field like that, and I knew he could do it. It's just last year Tommy Reese didn't develop him enough for him to be able to do that, and the offensive line was kind of sketchy last year when as good as it is this year. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see a way you can stop this for 4 quarters. This is the most dangerous offense in college football to me. It's too much speed. It's too many dynamic players when they get the ball in their hand. It's too much to stop for 4 quarters, man. Jalen Miro has finally figured He's finally figured it out, bro. Like people don't want to admit it, but Jalen Miro has finally figured it out. Like it's good luck. Good luck on stopping that offense because he done figured it out now. Like the stuff that he was, you know, people was skeptical of. Yeah, he's figured it out now. So good luck for college football.
Um,
That's
I agree with you, man. I agree with you. Um, I agree with you. You know, and for me, I'm gonna say this, man, is that, and you know for a fact, man, I was a guy that was I one of the Bama fans that I was never out on Milrow even last year.
yeah,
I firmly feel like that dude got a very bad rap last year when you can clearly tell, especially looking back on it now, that for one, he wasn't being utilized correctly.
yeah,
Tyrese wasn't cut for that particular job with his particular skill set. That's no knock to Tyrese. I think he did the best that he could do. But now you
yeah.
see Kalen DeBoer with Jalen Merrill. He's like a whole different player right now, man. He's
A
operating
whole
on an
different.
extremely high
Yeah,
level. And I'm gonna say
yeah,
this here, man. I'm a big fan of Travis Hunter. I like what Ashton Jeanty doing, running back at Boise State. Shador Sanders doing this thing in Colorado as well. Cam Ward balling in Miami, by the way. But I
yeah,
think right now Jalen Miro should sit atop the Heisman Trophy conversation. I do.
yeah, yeah,
That could be
yeah.
a biased Alabama fan opinion, but man, that the other night, man, I'm not lying to you. That is one of the greatest performances that I've ever seen by the
That's
Alabama
not
quarterback
bias.
for a whole game.
That's
He
not
went off,
bias.
man. He went off.
Q, that's not bias. That's not biased to me, nigga. He slayed Georgia.
He went off.
What's biased about that? He slayed Georgia through the air on the ground. He
Man,
slayed Georgia.
fat. Think about it
There's
like
no
this,
bias.
man. Think about this. If I told you a year ago, Jalen Milroe gonna play against Georgia, he gonna throw for 374 yards. If I told you he gonna run for 117 yards, you'll believe that. But he
Yeah.
gonna throw for 374, run for 117. How many total did he have? What, 4 total touchdowns? 4?
Yes. I think he threw he threw two,
I,
right?
he threw 2 and ran 2, right?
Ran two,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because he threw the wheel route to Jam, and we all know the bomb to Hollywood to win the
Yeah.
game. He had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So 4 total touchdowns. I want to take the time, man, to really just sit back and really just give Jalen Milroe the proper just due that I feel he's earned.
Yes.
Because for me, there was a lot of hatred for the dude last year, a year ago, from the fan base, from people that I don't think really understood what they were watching. I was somebody calling that out. So to see what Jalen Milroe is doing right now, what he's done thus far through the season, it's still early. But Fats, if it's one person that's not surprised, it's me.
Yeah.
Because I said this
Yeah.
before the year started, I think this dude finna go off. So I'm
Yeah.
not I'm not at all
I was there
surprised
with you.
by it.
I was there with you.
Um,
Yeah.
I also want to say this, man, because I want to speak. I also want to speak on Alabama's defense. Let me get you back up
Yeah.
on here, man, so we can talk about the defense. I want to say this here too, man. For Alabama's defense, I get it, man. They scored a lot of points in the second half. I want everybody to let's keep this in mind. Georgia was going for it on fourth down, basically. I think literally the whole second half. It's not literally damn near the whole second half, right?
It was in
So
desperation, bro.
Georgia was, if I'm not mistaken, 3 for 15 on third down. That's good
Yeah.
defense.
Yeah.
Alabama's that's why I can't stand people that just watch the stats and don't watch the game. Alabama's defense played fine in that game. Fine to pretty damn good. Whenever you
Yeah.
play on a team with that much talent that's down by 28, they're going for them every fourth down. I don't care what nobody says. When you're up 28-0, your intensity changes.
It does.
It changes. So
It
Georgia
does.
getting back in that game is not as shocking to me, I think, as it is to the casual eye.
Yeah.
If I had to use a choice of words, because they too talented. They got a culture that is Kirby ain't nothing but, you know what I'm saying, a Nick Saban. He a Saban disciple. So
Yeah.
it's just that Kirby got the culture. He got the culture where it needs to be, and there's too much talent on the team. So they not just gonna lay down and get slapped.
Yeah.
So like I said to start this off, man, I give a ton of credit to Georgia for getting back in that game, but I don't really like the narrative that's been painted since the game, as if, you know what I'm saying, Georgia just they just went out playing Alabama in the second half. It's things that way into that. Alabama intensity wasn't the same. Georgia made adjustments. Alabama kept doing what they was doing. I think that's for a reason, but we'll speak on that if a rematch ever take place. But for me personally, man, I think two things happened Saturday night. Two things happened. There's two people that shut up doubters and haters the other night. Two people. And their names rhyme. Kalen and
And
Jalen.
Jalen. Yeah.
Kalen DeBoer shut up anybody that was still hanging on to the Nick days and is Alabama gonna be this or is Alabama gonna be that? Let's see if it look like it gets some real competition. His first SEC game, they sent the biggest dog in the yard, literally, the Georgia Bulldog, to Brian Denny, and he knocked them off the first game. So I think
Yeah.
Kalen DeBoer got all that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even the people that were still skeptical, I think he is officially good in all the Roll Tide graces now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's one. The second person, Jalen Milroe. If he ain't won you over and you in this fan base by now, he'll never win you over.
Yeah.
He'll never win you over.
Yeah.
That performance from Milroe the other night, man, that throw to Jalen Miller on that wheel route for that touchdown, that 14-0, man, that
was
was
beautiful.
great.
That was beautiful, dog. He went crazy.
I'm gonna say. A matter of fact, I say it on this podcast, man. If Jalen Milroe gonna throw the ball that well and efficiently every week, Alabama's going to win a national championship.
Yeah.
If he don't throw it that well, they're gonna win it
like
all.
that. Yeah.
I'm with you. It's too many playmakers. He got a bona fide number one wide receiver in Ryan Williams. He got a damn good number two wide receiver in Jeremy Bernard. We know Kendrick Law, the Swiss Army knife. We know what he brings to the table. You still ain't seen this 1-2 running back punch get unleashed the way I want to see it yet. But we're going to get to that when we talk about the Vanderbilt game. It's too much talent Alabama possesses offensively. And I couple all that to top it off with, they might have the best offensive line in the country.
Yeah.
The addition of Kane Proctor back to this offensive line, him transferring back from Iowa to Alabama, it ain't getting talked about enough, man. Fed, I saw a play. I missed it the other night, but we in a clip world now. They got the clips all over Twitter. Fed, this is a play where Kane Proctor was blocking two people at one time.
Yeah.
He was blocking two people at one time, man. So Kane Proctor being a left tackle, man, he done came into his own. He done showed why he was so highly recruited. He's living up to the bill. We know what Tyler Book is, man. I ain't got to speak on him. Parker Brailsford at the center. Right now, I'm not even being funny. Parker Brailsford might be the MVP of this team so far.
Yeah.
Because he, in pass protection, man, he ain't gave up no pressures. The snaps to the quarterback, other than that one bad snap under the center in that South Florida game, I think he had one bad snap against Western Kentucky, first game of the year. Other than that, man, the snaps have been perfect. The pass protection is on point. Alabama's offensive line, man, it looks good. I ain't gonna lie to you. I gave him hell in the first week. One thing about it, if I give you hell, I ain't gonna probably come back to it and give you your just due, man. Elijah Pritchett that came a long way since week one, man. And I know what Jay Robinson right. Alabama offensive line is good. It's a good offensive line.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of the best in the country, man.
Yeah, that shit good, bro.
Alabama offensive line is one of the best in the country, man. Defensively, the other night, I thought Deontay Lawson was an absolute menace.
Yeah.
He went crazy. That's the best game I've ever seen Deontay Lawson
I've ever seen him play, yeah. Yeah, he dog.
He went off.
He was everywhere. When I say everywhere, he was everywhere. I would have liked to see more out of my boy though, LT Overton. I would have liked to see more out of him the other night. That's my boy.
Hold on. Don't even necessarily go that far with that yet, because I want to say that before we going. We start talking about this Vanderbilt game.
Yeah.
Say that. Cause I'm trying. I feel like me and you finna kind of head in the same direction, I think.
Yeah.
So, all in all, that's what I got. You know, what I'm saying on the. You got anything more to say about Georgia? Because I'm being quite honest, man. It's been damn Georgia fans on Twitter. You know what I'm saying, man, crying about the loss and
Yeah.
this, that, and the fourth. And I'm to the point.
Man,
I'm through
fuck
talking
them.
about it, man. I'm on the
Yeah.
Vanderbilt.
I'm on the Vanderbilt, man. Georgia, we still your daddy. We own you. Whatever. It's over with.
Okay, moving on. Moving on to Vanderbilt, right? So Alabama go on the road and they take on the Vanderbilt Commodores Saturday
Yeah.
at what is it start at 3:15 on SEC Network.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got Bama going to Vandy, man. I'll be honest, I don't know much about Vanderbilt's players and like names wise, but I do know this about Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt is better this year than they've been in years past. How do I know that? Week one they beat Virginia Tech. Now, granted, that's Virginia Tech, and it is week one, but I know how this don't really mean nothing. But I'm just gonna throw it out there. Virginia Tech damn near beat Miami the other night, and I think Miami good.
Yeah.
And that game was in Miami.
Yeah.
For whatever that counts for. And another team that was built to be good coming into the season that I'm starting to think might have been a little overvalued, but nonetheless they ranked in the top 10. They go to Texas A&M this weekend. Matter of fact, that's on the sheet. Missouri. Vanderbilt took Missouri to double overtime and lost by a field goal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you another reason how I know that Vanderbilt came a long way. I know Vanderbilt came a long way because at once upon a time, when Vanderbilt and Alabama was playing each other, this spread would have been 35, 36, you know what I'm saying, some crazy like that. This spread right now currently sits at Alabama minus 22 and a half, 23, I think. So the fact that this spread ain't 40 lets me know that Vegas respecting Vanderbilt more than they ever have in the years past.
Yeah.
So I read some that it was talking about. It said, hold up, fat, I got my damn lighting shit going on. Okay, here we go. Now we're back. I read something today, and it said that I know I saw it yesterday, and it said that Alabama got rat traps set up in the facility, right? Like this could be a trap game because you got
Yeah.
this game in South Carolina. Everybody looking forward. Everybody looking to Tennessee in a couple weeks. Trust me, we all fans, man. We love to see the big game. We know Tennessee the next big game, right?
Yeah.
But speaking on this game here, man, because I'm gonna be honest, I kind of feel like barring catastrophe, we just go out there and play loosey goosey with the football. Alabama should take care of business against Vanderbilt, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you things that I want to see from Alabama in this Vanderbilt game. Okay, here I go.
Yeah.
I go. Then you tell me what you want to see. One thing, I want to see our running backs take over a ball game.
Yeah.
I'm be honest. I have no problem. I am glad Kalen DeBoer is utilizing Jalen Milroe's legs like I wish we would have last year because he's so athletic. I have no problem with it. Keep doing that. I need to see 22 and 26 begin to get more carries.
Yeah. Me too.
That's one. That's one. And between 22 and 26, if I got to be nitpicky about something from the other night, it was two critical third downs that both of my running backs went down too easily for me.
Yeah.
It was a 3rd-and-1. J.M. Miller got it was like a zone read. Miro gave it to him. He was cutting to the left. Man, get north south, man. Get behind your pads and get forward. Get vertical.
Yeah.
J.M. Miller run too hard for that effort he gave on that play.
Yeah.
Now on that touchdown run that Miro ran when he faked it, he knocked the hell out of Jalen walking out his helmet off. I know you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. So
Yeah.
I know that's all I got as far as for that. And then it's another 3rd down. We threw a pass. Justin Haynes called it. Get north to south, man. He went down way too easy. That's got to be a first down.
Yeah.
You are a 5-star running back at Alabama. That's got to be a first down. Those two particular plays, my running backs went down a little too easily for me.
Yeah.
I've been
I
bragging
agree.
on this running back room way too much for that. Not that they've been bad, because they've been good all year. I didn't like those two particular. This the Bama fan. I got to find something to nitpick about if I'm going to nitpick about something. But coming into this guy, I want to see my running backs be utilized more. That's number one. And I'm be honest, man. For me, it's not a LT Overton or a Tim Keenan or a Tim Smith or James Smith or Jaheim Otis. It's nobody in particular. This is where I'm going with this. I need to see Bama's defensive line take over the game the way that I'm expecting for, because it's too deep and too talented. And I only say that they've been good. They've been good. I'm not trying to say that Alabama ain't been good, because they've been good. I think Tim Keenan could be special. I said that early in the season, right?
Yeah.
The other night, you knew Georgia was in drop back pass mode for the majority of the game, right? Without
Yeah.
sitting in the blitz, man, we weren't getting home with our front folk. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Our pass rush has been a bit inconsistent for me. We ain't got no sacks on the quarterback for me.
Yeah, but
If I
in
gotta
that
find something to complain about, I need to
yeah.
see more of a consistent pass rush when we bring our pass rushers into the game. Q Robinson, then I can't pronounce his name, man. 42. I know he coming with the pass rushing package. 19. I know numbers, man. I ain't good. I don't know everybody's name. But if I
Yeah.
got to find something to be nitpicky about, more consistent pass rush, my defensive line live up to what they are, and they've been good. I just want to see better. And I can't say Justice and Jam haven't been good the past couple weeks. They ain't got many. I think Jam Miller had 5 carries for 8 yards tonight. He didn't get the ball a lot, you know?
Yeah.
So if I'm going to complain about something, just running backs can utilize more consistent pass rush. And third, this is my last one, probably for the pass off to you. Less penalties.
Yeah.
Alabama dominated that ball game against Georgia the other night, in my opinion. They ran off on Georgia, and they had 10 penalties for 90 yards.
Yeah.
We have to clean up on the penalties, man. We have to.
Yeah.
Now, but I feel like I've been going on for a minute, man. Yo, go. What you want to see coming into this
Well,
Vanderbilt
to
game?
touch on the running backs, I do want to see our running backs get more involved in it. We're not saying they've been bad, they've been good, but I want to see more out of that. You know what I'm saying? The defensive line, I get what you were saying with Georgia with the pass rush, but we ain't finna act like Georgia offensive line ain't good, man. They going against a good ass offensive
Yeah, it
line
is.
too.
It is.
So
It
you
is.
know what I'm saying? Even
Facts.
though
That's
they had a
fair. That's
player
fair.
hurt, Georgia the offensive line is one of the top tier offensive lines in the country.
Facts.
So they weren't going against no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But I think you'll see that in this game against Vanderbilt that they'll get home. Because I think in the second half the defense kind of got a little conservative too. When we did want to get home, we did get home to Carson Beck to cause that safety. So
Right.
I see from there we can do it. You know what I'm saying? I just think that we just got out of it. You know what I'm saying? What else? Um, yeah, the running backs. You feel me? The penalties. Some of the same stuff you said. That the rest of it is cool. Shit, my receivers. I like what I seen from them. The offensive line blocking their ass off. Caden Proctor is living up to what he's supposed to be. And what I knew he was gonna be, he just had some growing pains his first year, which is usual. Is he's as a freshman, it usually happens when you're a freshman. So ain't nothing that's abnormal about that. So yeah, I other than that, man, that's about all I want to see for real. What I want to see for real. But other than that, we good. It's
I'm gonna
just
tell you something
I
else,
do
fam.
want to see.
I'm gonna tell you something else.
I end
And
up,
real talk,
yeah,
this might sound crazy to some people because I want to articulate this thought correctly because I don't want to say it wrong, right?
yeah,
Okay. This is what I call a good problem to have.
yeah,
Okay. We get in the red zone, man, and we putting up settings. I love
yeah,
it. I love it. Got a problem with that. Got a problem with that. I would maybe this just me because I feel like eventually one of these games, a game always comes down to it. I want to see my kicker get more work.
yeah,
I
yeah,
want to find out, do I have a good kicker or not?
yeah,
Because I'm still up in the air. He won, if I'm not mistaken, it's called the Lou Gorza. That's the kicker award, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because the Ray Guy award for the punt. He won the Lou Gorza award last year, which is the award for the best kicker in college football. He won that. So he comes to Alabama. The very first field goal he kicked against Wisconsin on the road, I knew he was going to miss before he kicked it. I told Forrest before he kicked it, he going to miss this. Literally before he
yeah,
even kicked it. So I wasn't surprised about that one. He kicked one not against Georgia. He made it. But let's be honest, it wasn't the most confident looking make in the world. You know?
yeah, Yeah.
So if I want to see anything else, but also too, and I can't complain about it because if we gonna keep scoring touchdowns, I ain't gonna tell y'all, hey man, get stopped the person we kick a field goal. No. If we're gonna keep scoring seven, keep putting up seven. I love it. It's a good problem to have. But I do what eventually at some point I want to find out, do I have a kicker I can trust or not?
Yeah.
Like, is that crazy? That's not crazy.
Nah.
If I go my team, man, being a Bama fan, I already got PTSD with bad kickers. Will Riker got me out of there. I'm not trying to go back to that, man. I'm not. Show me, do I got a good kicker or not? I just want to know. I just want to know, do I have a
Yeah.
good kicker or not?
Yeah. That
I
dude.
need
Yeah.
to see him kick like a 45, 50-yard field goal, man. A real
Yeah.
field goal.
Yeah.
That, and if I see him hit a couple of them, I go, okay, I'm good. I need to know if the game is on the line and Miro get me in position, can he bring it home? Because I know for a
Yeah.
fact Will Riker could.
Yeah.
So that just all that just be trying to find something to be nitpicky about. But man, I'm about ready to wrap this episode here up, man. I'm gonna get my Vanderbilt score prediction. I do think Alabama go on the road and cover the spread. While I do understand that Vanderbilt is probably better, or they've seen from what I've seen and looking at their scores and what Vegas is making this point spread, they better than what they've been in years past. But just at the end of the day, I just think it's too much Jalen Milroe. It's too much Ryan Williams. It's too much German Bernard, Justice Haynes, Jam Miller, dominant offensive line. That D line get it going this week. My secondary, Xavier Brown. I ain't even saying nothing about the Xavier Brown exception the other night. That kid growing up before our very eyes, man. I think Alabama go on the road and cover the spread, man. Give me Alabama 42-10.
Yeah. I say I got Bama 55-10.
55-10, okay. Oh man, well that's gonna wrap it up for this episode right here of the fourth quarter, man. This is the Alabama content on this YouTube channel, man. If you new to this, man, be sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys. Anything else for the people, man?
Nah.
Oh man, well that's gonna do it for us, man. And we out.
Yeah.